Today we're gonna be working out again in the gym. We're gonna start off with legs. It's about 2:46 in the morning. It's like I said, you know, in order to stay in condition and to do what you gotta do, to work with the time you got, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do as far as time-wise. You gotta work out when you can, if you're committed to what you're doing. So today we're gonna start off with squats. I hadn't been in the gym in a while, so that's why I'm gonna do squats. And that's like I told you before, if you're gonna do any exercise in the world, squats is the number one. Start off with those squats, and that right there, you can just do squats and go home. And that pretty much to put your whole body in condition. But I like detailed work, so we're gonna start off with squats. We're gonna do 3 sets of 10. And we're gonna move on to several other exercises, and we'll get to those once I get to them. Right now we're gonna start off with just the bar. It's like I said, I always start off low and work my way up as I work out. That's the safest way to make sure you don't, sprain anything, strain anything, tear anything up. So that's the best way to do it. On compound movements, I like to stay within the 6 to 8 rep range. I find that to be a range that allows you to stay tight the entire movement. As you go up in reps, you always have the possible chance of losing form, and once you lose form, that's a chance for injury. We're gonna move up and weight a little bit. I move up in 25-pound increments on each side as I add weight. It's a good way for me to keep up with the numbers, and at the same time, it helps me stay on track with what I'm doing. All right, we moved up to 225. I'm probably going to stop there for the day. I normally go up to 4 or 5, But it's like I said, I hadn't been squatting in a few days, so I kind of like to acclimate myself back into the heavier weights that I normally use for this particular exercise. So if you are trying to impress people when you're in the gym, you're probably going to be even more impressive in a hospital with a back injury. Just remember that. I always lift what you can, you know, never try to overdo yourself because you're gonna end up getting hurt. And at the same time, it's like I told you, in order to build muscle, moderate weight is where you wanna be. In order to be stronger, heavier weight is what you wanna be with lower reps. Moderate weight with higher reps is what builds the muscle. So that's what you remember right there. You'll stay out of trouble. As you get up closer to your body weight, I always use one of these. It's better to be safe than sorry. Now we're gonna go over to the leg press. We just did the squats. So now we wanna go to more of an isolation movement, which is the leg press, and try to get a little bit more blood into the quadriceps. It's like I told you on my last workout video, I'm gonna be going more into the total workouts for those of you who wanna, you know, keep up with what I be doing. And it's more or less we're working out together. And this is the best way to do it. It's not going to be for that entertainment type thing, but it's going to be more of a teaching tool. I prefer to do it that way so it don't leave any confusion as to what to do. You get your feet shoulder width apart. You unload the rack and you come down all the way to your chest. Let your legs touch your chest and push back up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. On this right here, like I said, is an isolation movement, so I go a little bit higher in the reps. On the compound movements like the squat, I will go up to 10 to 12, but like I said, I haven't been doing those in a while, and to prevent myself from any kind of injury, I tend to work my way back into that particular exercise because I'm not trying to impress nobody, and I'm not trying to end up in the hospital, so it's easy to do it if you start going by ego. In this particular exercise, I move up in 45-pound increments. So now we're up to 4 45-pound plates. And you'll find that on the leg press, because of the design of the machine, you're able to lift a little heavier weight. But I always stay in that moderate weight range. That way you don't want to, like I said, damage anything. So we're gonna get the feet shoulder width apart. We're gonna push out, unload the machine, come down to your chest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woo! Now we're up to 6 plates, so we're gonna do these right here. You're gonna get your feet shoulder width apart. Push off. Load the machine. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Just trying to get more blood into the muscle, trying to work the muscle. That's how you work the muscle, that's how you make it work harder. 13. 14. All right. All right, we just got through doing the leg presses. And at the end, you saw I did a lot of pause reps. And when you're doing moderate rep, you can afford to do that. You can make the muscle work harder that way. When you're lifting heavier weights, you're trying your best to just lift the weight and incorporate all the other muscles you can to help you lift that heavier weight. And it's like I said, that's all for strength. If you want to build a muscle, you want to get in excellent condition, then stay with the moderate weight. At the end, pause reps that get more blood into the muscle, that stretches the fascia muscles, that put more blood into the muscle. It's telling the body what you want it to do. You want it to grow. That's how you grow a muscle. That's the best way to grow a muscle. If they tell you anything else, they're lying to you. I'm trying to tell you the truth. So, we're gonna move on to the next exercise. And this one right here is for the hamstrings. And it's gonna be on the Cybex machine. I like this machine because it really isolates the hamstring muscles. Excellent exercise. I like to use 10-pound plates when I'm using this thing, 10 pounds on each side, and gradually work my way up in weight. These are called leg curls. And I like this machine because it really isolates the hamstrings. Constant tension is what you want. It's like I told you before, whenever you engage the muscle, you don't want to overly extend the joints and ligaments. You want to keep that constant tension on the muscle all the time. And that way you don't have to keep loading and unloading the muscle. Once you load the muscle, you keep the muscle tight. When you extend your leg out, you only want it to go so far as to you're real close to lock out, but not locking out. You don't lock the leg out. You want to leave a little space, a little buffer to keep the muscle under tension at all times. And that's the safest way to do it. And at the same time, that's the best way to pump as much blood into the muscle as you can. I've added another 10-pound plate. We're gonna move up to the second set. Look at the extension on the back of my leg. That's as far as you wanna go. I want you to remember one thing. There's nothing difficult about exercises. There's nothing difficult about staying in shape. It's all about consistency, and determination. As long as you got those two things, you can pretty much do what you gotta do. You know, you learn the basics. If you're not trying to be in any kind of sport or anything like that, you're just trying to stay in shape for everyday life. You know, the basics are all you need, and you just got to have the will and determination to constantly keep doing it. And as long as you keep doing it, the body's gonna always respond favorably to you. That's just the way it is. So, we're on this last set. I'm gonna get this last set knocked out, and we're gonna move on to the next exercise. Now what we're on is the calves. We're doing standing calf raises. And this right here pretty much worked the overall calf. I normally do seated calves for the lower portion of the calf, but that's been done earlier in the week. So today we're concentrating on just the overall calf muscle. So that's why we're doing the standing calf raises only today. What I'm about to do now is pull downs. And this is basically for the center part of the back. I don't want my back to be any wider than what it is. It's like I said, I'm not trying to build things up. I'm just trying to keep myself in condition. But if you're trying to build yourself up, you know, naturally you have to put more work into it. I'm about 254 pounds at 6'1". I think that's more than big enough to be to walk around with every day. So that's pretty much where I weigh in at 254, 6'1". So what I'm gonna do right now is pull down, and I'm gonna do it with a close grip, and that's gonna hit the center part of the upper back, and that's all I'm gonna hit for the day. And I'm just pushing blood through it. My main exercise today was just to do the legs and the calves. We've got that over with, and we're still feeling pretty good. So we're gonna work on those little details that you feel like you need more help on. So that's what we're gonna do. Close grip, pull downs for the center part of the back.